All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little 49er video. Can the Niners beat the Bengals with Sam Darnold? We'll discuss it next. And Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in Northern California. Check them out in Emeryville and Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. And also, this video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Use the link in the description and use that promo code Krug, and they'll match you up to $100. This week in the Thursday night game, I'm going with Dalton Kincaid, higher than 4 receptions for Buffalo. Gabe Davis, higher than 40.5 receiving yards. Baker Mayfield, lower than 228.5 passing yards. Josh Allen, higher than 263.5 passing yards. And Rashad White, higher than 12.5 rushing attempts. All right. Can Sam Darnold lead the Niners to victory on Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals? Well, he absolutely can, but I just don't believe that Sam Darnold is going to be in any kind of an upgrade from Brock Purdy. Now, Sam Darnold's 26. He's played 60 games in the NFL, 55 starts. He's 21-34 in those starts. Now, they've come with the Jets and the Panthers, so that's a factor. He was 13-25 with the Jets. The Jets were horrible most of those years. He was 8-9 with Carolina. So that's obviously quite a bit better. But he's a 59.7% career completion percentage guy, 61 touchdowns, 55 interceptions. So that tells you all you need to know. 78.2 quarterback rating career. He's had 55 starts. He's thrown 55 picks. So, in other words, get ready for an interception on Sunday. He's also been sacked 143 times in those 55 starts in 60 games in the NFL. So the guy's going to be sacked probably a couple times, and he's almost really likely to throw at least one interception. But as far as can the Niners win? Absolutely they can win. All right, let's get into how are they going to do that if it is Sam Darnold. One, I don't know for sure that it will be Sam Darnold. Brock Purdy may wind up starting anyway, but the 49ers are hungry. They've lost 2 in a row. They're at home. They're going up against a Bengals team that is not scoring points. The Bengals offense is scoring 16.7 points per game. That's 28th in the NFL. And they're not a whole lot better in yards. In fact, they're worse. They're putting up 256.3 yards per game. That's dead last in the NFL. Now, why are they dead last in the NFL? They can't run the ball. They cannot run the ball at all. They're 31st in the NFL at running the ball, 69.8 yards per game. They're only 26th as far as passing yards. And then on the defensive side, they're not playing particularly well either. I mean, they don't run the ball. They don't stop the run. They're 29th in the NFL at run D, giving up almost 143 yards a game. They're 27th in the league in total defense. They're 17th in points allowed, but 27th in yards allowed. So, Joe Burrow is obviously a great young quarterback, but he signed that big contract. He's not had a great year. Jamar Chase leads them with 50 receptions, 20 more than any Niner receiver. So the whole game plan's about stop Jamar Chase. Joe Mixon's their number one running back. They also use Trevion Williams. They've got 3 pretty good receivers in Chase, Higgins, and Boyd. But I think the 49ers get right running the ball in this game. The 49ers are averaging 136.4 rushing yards per game. I think that with Sam Darnold, the 49ers, I think, are best when they run the ball. Sometimes under Kyle Shanahan, he gets pass happy and he just throws it more than he should. I think when you look at the numbers, the Niners are usually better when they commit to the run. And in this game, I think they will. 49ers, as I said, are averaging 136.4 yards per game on the ground. That's a top 10 rushing offense. In fact, it's 7th best in the league. So I think it's a run the ball kind of a game. On defense, the 49ers are 3rd in points allowed, 8th in yards allowed, and they're really good at stopping the run. So you got a Bengals offense that is 31st at running the ball. The Niners defense is 3rd best in the league at stopping the run. So I think there's going to be a very good chance that the Niners will be able to stop Joe Mixon and make this a Joe Burrow game, Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase. And obviously there's potential to lose on that as well. But I like their chances if you can make Cincinnati one-sided. Cincinnati is playing better ball than they were early in the year. There's no doubt about that. And Burrow is a good young quarterback who's got a lot of talent. It's not like Cincinnati couldn't roll into this game and wind up winning it. They absolutely could. But I like the 49ers' chances to make this a very one-sided game where the Niners take away that Cincinnati rushing attack and basically force the Bengals to throw the ball. And then when you get into obvious passing situations, I think the 49er offensive line or defensive line could potentially feast in this game. Now, I really don't believe that Joe Burrow or Joe Burrow that Nick Bosa is a problem. I think Nick Bosa is going to get it rolling, and I think this is the game they get it rolling in. Orlando Brown, their starting left tackle, is questionable. If he can't go, it's probably going to be Cody Ford at left tackle. So there's that factor. Um, can the Niners run the ball on Cincinnati? I think they can. I think they can. You're going to have to get big DJ Reader blocked inside because he's a force against the run. Logan Wilson, their weak side backer, is and Jermaine Pratt are their two backers that you got to make sure are you're taking care of those guys in the run game. But I like Cincinnati is a team that if they get a lead and Trey Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard and their defensive ends, Joseph Asai, Miles Murphy, the rookie, if those guys can pin their ears back and hunt quarterbacks and they can play from a lead, yeah, they're tough to beat because they also have some pretty good corners. Cam Taylor-Britt, a player the 49ers had a lot of interest in last year or a couple of years ago in the draft. He's a good young corner for sure. Awuzie is not terrible. So I and they put a lot of rush. Hubbard and Hendrickson come flying off the edge. So this is like a lot of games in the NFL. It's about getting the game on your terms, playing it the way you want to play it. The Bengals like to get a lead, and then they can come after you with some really good edge rushers, and then put a lot of pressure on your offensive tackles. And then it's their kind of a game. If the Niners can get a lead and run the ball heavily, I think this is a game where they could run it down Cincinnati's throat and really control the game from start to finish. So that's my view of it. Once again, 49ers run the ball really well for the most part. They're running almost for 140 yards a game. They're going up against the 29th best rushing defense. That's advantage 49ers. And the Bengals do not run the ball well at all, and they're going up against the number 3 run D. So run the ball, stop the run is the basic tenets of winning football, whether it's Brock Purdy or Sam Darnold behind center. And so that's your ticket to winning this game is a run heavy game plan. 60% run would be 60-40 run pass split would be what I would be looking for in this game. But that's the way you win. You run the ball, you stop the run, you make Burrow throw into you double Jamar Chase, or you actually tilt your coverage towards him. You dare them to beat you with somebody besides Jamar Chase. You take away their run game. You run it heavily yourself. Hopefully Sam Darnold takes care of the football. If Sam can take care of the ball, which that's a major if, because he's been sacked a lot and he's thrown 55 interceptions in his career in 55 starts. But if he can take care of the football and you can have a run heavy scheme and you can stop their run, make them more of a one-sided team where they got to pass and you can tilt your coverage towards Jamar Chase, I think this is definitely a winnable game for the 49ers, especially at home, despite the fact that the Bengals have a major rest advantage and the Niners are traveling across country on a short week, limping into their bye week. I think the 49ers edge them out. I think it's going to be a competitive football game. I don't think it's going to be an artistic masterpiece by any stretch. But I'll take the team that can run the ball and stop the run every time. And that team in this game is the 49ers. All right. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. And thanks to Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring this video. Use that link in the description in the promo code Krug, and they'll match you up to $100. And thanks to all you guys for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.